Tonight, a story of two belts. The Green Belt is a huge tract of land surrounding the Greater Toronto Area. It's a green space which has been described as vital for flood prevention and water filtration. Ontario Premier Doug Ford promised not to touch it and then tried to open it for construction. Premier Ford said he wanted to create housing. The Auditor General says the whole process was rigged to line the pockets of his developer friends. The wicked community wants to know, should Premier Ford face trial on charges of corruption? To answer that question, we have two of the world's finest debaters, Doug, aka Mr. Beaver, from the True North Eager Beaver podcast, and Kodiak Paul, a wild man from parts unknown. The winner of tonight's debate goes home with the only belt that matters, the champion's belt. Welcome to Wicked Fight Night. Good evening, guys, gals, and gender non-conforming pals. My name's Pixel Jake, and you're watching Wicked Fight Night, the finest debate-ertainment on the internet. Before we get started, I'd like to thank tonight's sponsors, Big Black Food Trailer, serving UAW members on the strike line Monday to Friday. If you want to support auto workers who are striking to raise the bar for us all, use the link in the description to buy them a meal from Big Black Food Trailer. That's trailer, not truck, for our Lithuanian friends. Wicked Fight Night is also brought to you by Jazz Daredevil Whiskey Highball, hand-canned by the Jazz Daredevil himself, H. John Benjamin. Jazz Daredevil Whiskey Highball, the only secondhand whiskey I'm aware of. And Cedar Seeds. They didn't pay us to advertise, but they certainly contributed. Cedar Seeds. They'll get you there. Now, Wicked Community, I have just one question for you. Are you ready for Fight Night? Yes, it's Wicked Fight Night. Tonight, we will decide who takes home the Wicked Championship belt. We have two of the finest contenders available on the internet. To start us off, we have a man who needs no introduction, but he's earned one anyway. His name is Doug, and his show is the True North Eager Beaver podcast. Doug, thank you so much for joining us. Uh-oh, we've got a connection. Hello there. Can you hear? Oh, I don't hear your microphone. Oh, we have mic issues. Let's toy with that a little bit, see if we can get it turned on. I'm going to shut you off and turn you back on. Okay. And can you give me some test audio? Folks, it might be a very easy match for Kodiak. We are going to attempt to fix this audio. While we are doing that, let me see if I can do anything on my end. But I'll ask our Fight Night technicians. Stand by. All right. It looks, are we frozen? We might be frozen there as well. Fair enough. Well then, while we are waiting to see if we can get reconnected with Doug from True North Eager Beaver podcast. Go in, yes. All right. While we are waiting to reconnect with the True North Eager Beaver podcast, I would like to introduce our second guest, debating on behalf of Doug Ford, taking the stance that he should not face criminal charges. We have the man, the myth, the bear, Kodiak from Parts Unknown.
Honestly, I'm just sick of them not taking me serious.
Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this. Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this.
Kodiak, how are you?
If I was any better, I'd be a twin. I'll tell you this right now. I am spectacular, sir. Spectacular. Ready to take on all comers all night long.
Well, why is it, sir, that you believe you are going to take home the Wicked Fight Night Championship belt tonight?
Because I'm a beauty. Because I'm the beast. I'm the grizzly bear. I'm the Kodiak. I am the man, the myth, the legend. I only know how to win. That's it. That's all. It's winning or it's nothing.
My God, he's got an electrifying presence, folks. All right, and sir, why do you believe you will win the Wicked Fight Night Championship belt? Pure aura, ladies and gentlemen. Pure aura.
Oh,
Very
right.
well.
Hello there, Pixel Jake. Can you hear me now?
Hello there. Sir, I'm wondering, can you tell me, why are you going to win the Wicked Fight Night Championship belt?
Well, I am going to win the Wicked Fight Night belt because I have brought the preparation. I have brought the perspiration. And because I have just spent some time at a 50th birthday party and I've got a Corona in me, so I'm ready to rock.
Heck yes. Well, ladies
you
and
go.
gentlemen, and everyone in between, it's going to be one heck of a match. The rounds will go as such. There will be 2 4-minute opening rounds, one for Kodiak, one for Doug. Those will be followed by an 8-minute discussion and then 2-minute closing remarks. We are going to give the honors to an old friend of the stream, the True North Eager Beaver podcast. Without further ado, 4 minutes, sir. Why should Doug Ford? Why should
All
Doug?
right, I
Well,
think
let's
I've
try that
lost
one
the
more
audio
time.
here.
Up.
All right,
Now my audio. Cool.
I'm with you. Why should Doug Ford?
Thank you very much. Why should Doug Ford face trial for corruption?
All right. Well, Doug Ford should face trial for corruption. I know it's going to sound a little simple, but because he's corrupt as fuck. Now, I know at first that this is going to sound a bit like a circular argument, but let me explain. This is a man who promised us, after being caught on video, promising to somebody else, or a whole lot of somebody else's, that he was going to open up the Greenbelt for development. And then the people got wind of that and didn't like it and said, not going to touch it. And he didn't for a while. But he never actually really let it go. And then he got himself reelected. And then, even though the Greenbelt said, I do not consent, he put his hands all over her and started feeling her up. And for American and friends, it's pretty similar to, like, the former guy humping the flag. All over it. Put his hands all over it. Even though she said no, and even though he promised us he wouldn't. And then he set up this system where you could pretty much say he had some willful negligence by design. That's not good. And for some reason, this story has everything. Has some sex, has some drugs, has some rock and roll, and lots of grease. Maybe even grease with a happy ending involved in this story. 3 ministers have resigned over the past 3 weeks. Ooh, that's got to hurt. And even though he keeps on saying that he is still not going to touch the green belt, even though he's completely reversed himself, when he did that, there was a couple little things that he said out there that, if we're talking about debate, we can talk about little lawyerly or legal weasel words that he threw in there to make it seem like he's not really done yet. So when you consider that there's a guy with a whole cast of characters and they were all sort of working together to achieve a goal, which was either, well, at best unethical and at worst illegal, it sounds very much like something our American friends can understand is going on. Maybe a little rico suaveness to the whole thing. Now, we don't have Rico up here at the North Pole, but well, let's just say there are lots of parallels. So, Greece is the word, my friends. Greece is the word. And therefore, he should go to jail.
Excellent opening argument. Thank you so much, sir. All right, with a rebuttal, we have opening statements from Kodiak Paul. Kodiak, why should Doug Ford, and I'm going to do it correctly this time, why should Doug Ford not face trial over public corruption?
Well, hello, Pixel Jake. See, the first thing you gotta understand here is that Doug Ford, he's a friend. He's one of the folks. He's a friendly folkster selling land to developers who are gonna build houses for Ontarians. And we had 500,000 people move here last year. 500,000. That's a lot in the Great White North. I'll tell you that, my friends. And you need to understand that houses need to be built. Now, the Green Belt is a very rich piece of land where the water is good, the soil is good, the farming is great, and we can build houses there. And he's got to build houses because we need to build affordable housing for people who have $500,000 to buy a house, which is what most people who move to this country have, at least a minimum $500,000 to buy a new house, because that's what you got to do when you want to move into the Green Belt. You need $500,000 because you need a car and maybe a boat, because Doug's just helping his developer friends. That's all it is. He's just helping his developer friends build houses, and we have to do this for the citizens who live here and the citizens who are moving here and the citizens who want to move here, because everybody wants to live in Ontario. At least that's what Doug told me, so I would have to believe him, because why would he ever lie to me? Look, I get that a few of his friends made $8 or $9 billion off the deal, but that's okay. When you're trying to build houses for people, you should earn a bit of a profit. I mean, come on now. I mean, look, just because you bought a chunk of land for $100 million at 21% interest does not mean that you're corrupt. It means that you're dedicated to getting those houses built for people who live and work and want to move here to the province of Ontario. And listen, I'm a very important man. As you can tell, I have lots of microphones. Lots of people want to interview me because I'm a big, bad wrestler dude. And the thing is, Doug Ford would not put his faith in billionaire land developers if he didn't have his faith in me. And I don't know what else to say about that, but I mean, come on, look, Kodiak, I'm the Kodiak, I'm the bear, I'm the grizzly, I'm the mean guy, and I'm in your corner for you. I'm in his corner for him. I'm in his corner for all the billionaires who are just trying to make this world a better place.
My word. Well, thank you for your stance, Kodiak. Quite an aggressive one. I think we all know what we came here for. Let's see him mix it up. This is 8 minutes. It is the discussion round where they can talk back and forth. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's boogie.
All right, Kodiak, I'm gonna make a snack out of you.
Well, I've been told that
Oh,
I'm
come
quite the
on.
snack.
Well, you do
Look
look
at look
rather
at look at
tasty, I must say.
look at this great body of mine. Ah!
Oh boy, jeez, whoa, gee, that's
I think I
whew.
pulled a muscle.
Well,
Stellar entertainment. Stellar.
Flexed a
Kodiak
little too
shocked
hard.
him with a display of masculinity.
oh, gee,
Uh,
I am
Real men
stunned.
wear
I
pink.
must say, I am totally stunned. Real men wear, yes, real men do wear pink. On that, we can agree, good sir. But your point that Doug Ford is helping the billionaires. Well, of course he's helping the billionaires.
What's wrong with
And
that?
even if you, well, hey, let's just say for amusement that there's nothing wrong with helping billionaires. The problem
Hmm.
is, well, as they say in life, it's sometimes not what you do; it's the way that you do it. See, unfortunately, a lot of the billionaires that happened to get this windfall, 2 of
Mhm.
them in particular, um, well, Doug Ford doesn't seem to know whether or not they're his friends or not,
No,
because
no, they
they,
were
attend his daughter's wedding party,
the
that's
stag and
something
doe.
called a
No,
stag and doe.
it was not a stag and doe.
Stag and doe.
No, it was just a doe. It was
It
just
was
a
just a
doe.
doe,
It was just a
D-O-U-G-H,
doe.
but stag
You
and
you
doe,
heard,
yeah,
you heard. Whoa,
D-O-U-G-H.
hang on a sec now. Whoa, we don't know that.
Hey, you know that,
I didn't see
they put the
envelopes of
money in
cash
the little
handed
drop
over to
box.
people.
Oh, you don't have to see them to know that they happened. You don't have to see them to know that they happened, my friend. But it's just like it's just an incredible see, I have this thing, Mr. Kodiak, where I say that when there's too many coincidences, it's not a coincidence. And it just so happens that the same developers that were Doug's friends at the time of the stag and doe who put these little envelopes in the box to contribute to his daughter's wedding,
Yeah,
allegedly.
his friends are helping out her
Um
wedding. That's all. It's
alleged
allowed.
not allegedly and not allegedly that they gave the money, allegedly that it was for her
But it
wedding.
was for the wedding.
But
It's allowed.
oh, yes,
It's
yes.
a
Well,
doe party. It's a doe.
of course it's allowed. Of course it's allowed. But that part, let's humor that. Let's say that part's allowed. Then those same people, happeners, were a chief of staff who was handpicked by the premier to go attend those dinners and sit at that table and look cute and pretty and take envelopes with directions that told them specifically which plots of land to open up. And then
That's
coincidentally,
planning.
those same developers got
That's
those
just
plots of
planning. That's
land
how you plan it. You got to plan it
opened
out.
up.
Yeah, but you got to have
Oh
the
yeah, it was
planning done that
planned.
way. That's how you plan. You tell the friends,
Ex-
I need this piece of land to build something on. So you build it.
yeah.
Is that complicated? I
Build
don't see how that's complicated. He says, I need this piece of land so I can build something
Oh,
on. This is the piece of land I need. Make sure you sell it to me. What's wrong with that?
well, what's wrong with that is that, well, we have something called competition. You
Yeah,
can't
there's
just
lots
cart off
of
a piece of
developers that were
public good
competing for the
and
land.
just like, well, not the lots. Maybe about 16.
That's a lot. That's a lot of developers. That's
And
a lot of
2 of
billionaires
them
in
got
one
about
house.
92% of it.
Well,
Yeah, that's a lot of billionaires in one house. So it's just and so when you look at all those coincidences, so, wanting to help your developer friends, maybe that's not so wrong. I mean, if we assume that developers and, billionaires are good people, but, you know, you gotta draw a line somewhere when somebody's contributing to your daughter's wedding and then happens to get a plot of land, which,
well, you
but,
know,
listen, my friend. I mean, when
you
you're talking
scratch
about
my
these
back, I
scandals, right?
scratch
It's like,
yours.
well, yeah,
It's kind of how it
if we're
works,
talking about
right? You know,
scratching backs,
what? So
yeah,
he
yeah,
gave him a
it
reach
is kinda
around.
works,
What's
but
the
if we're
problem here? I don't see what the problem is.
oh, well, hey, let's talk about reach arounds, my friend, Mr. Khalid Rashid, who went to
I've never met the
Vegas
man. I don't know. Don't know.
with
Never heard
one
of
of
him.
those developers, and I think one of them was supposed to go at one time, and then they canceled the trip and then
Did
changed the
someone
date to
say
make sure,
reach around?
and then they were not only even they didn't even bother to stay in separate hotels, my friend.
Well, you know,
They didn't even bother
Now
to stay in
wait
separate
just
hotels,
a
and
hot
then
minute right there.
Are you a knight, sir? That looks very heavy.
Wait just a minute. First of all, the name Sir Rakefire. Second of all, I want to be crystal clear about something up front. You all are just borrowing your land from the rightful king.
Well, Charles?
Whoever's in charge of England. Look, the point is they might be starting some cutesy little peasants crusade over in New India, but that doesn't mean it could catch on. That doesn't mean that you guys get to just start going to your local lords and trying to just hold them to the same laws that you have to follow, you serfs. So despite my distaste for it, I have to tell you that I am fully on the side of Kodiak. I can only apologize, folks. Sir Rakefire has interrupted the match. We're gonna try to restore some kind of order here, get him out of the pit. Foxy, go to commercial.
Whiskey highball, please. The Jazz Daredevil Whiskey Highball. Hand canned by me, the Jazz Daredevil.
Folks, we've managed to restore order. We had mounds of security tackle Sir Rakefire. He was not scheduled for tonight. I can only apologize for that interruption. We're gonna go to closing remarks from the contestants tonight. Of course, not including Sir Rakefire. If we could reverse the opening order, I would very much like to have Kodiak Paul explain to us, sir, why do you feel you've won the Wicked Fight Night Championship belt tonight?
Well, I mean, look at this. This is the epitome of manliness right here in front of you. I'm in a pink tank. I'm ripped. I'm wearing a red Speedo. I got this voice, this hat, these sunglasses. I'm a bad ass. And I'll tell you what, the billionaire class that Doug Ford is a part of is going to enrich all of us. Save the billionaires. Think of won't you think of the billionaires when they're trying to build houses for people at $500,000 a shot?
The billionaires.
Who will think of the billionaires? Come on.
My God. Bringing to light the plight of the billionaires, Kodiak Paul, thank you so much. All right, and with 2 minutes of closing remarks, we turn to Doug from the True North Eager Beaver podcast. Sir, why do you feel that you've won the Wicked Fight Night Championship belt? Oh, we have no mic again. Oh dear, no volume. Yes, we can't hear you. Indeed. If we could have you log out and log back in, or do that. There you go. No dice. Uh-oh, folks. And his closing remarks have been cut off by Jesus. Oh, no. Well, in that case, we'll see if he can rally and try again. Doug, why do you feel you've won the championship belt? No audio. Oh, dear. In that case, it will be left up to the audience. Yes, indeed. The the stakes. We're going to do this by applause, ladies and gentlemen. How do you do that on the internet? Well, you do it like this. I'm going to play their fight music, their entrance music, one more time. I'll be watching the comments as this happens. You let me know if you believe by participation, you let me know who you think has won. First up, Kodiak Paul.
Honestly, I'm just sick of them not taking me serious.
Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this. Are you ready for it? Watch this. Can you feel it? Watch this.
All right. And I'm looking at the comments. There is a great deal of support for Paul. My word, the letter hack, Andrew Then, Sonia B, Gulf Coast Grit. Oh, I'm seeing all kind. Let's pull it up here in Restream. Yes, indeed. Lots and lots of we've got Andrew Then, B Cat K, Wireless Mike, Diana Dean, although I'm reading these from the past times, so it's irrelevant and the overlay. And now, who thinks that the True North Eager Beaver podcast won the debate? Let me see it in the comments. Oh my word. Oh, we've got votes in. Logan Hill, Wireless Mike, B Cat K. Ooh, and in the end, I think we have a winner. In large part due to technical issues, this match is going to Kodiak Paul.
Well, what can
Kodiak.
I say? What can I say? I mean, come on. Come on. Look at this. Come on. The alphabet of manliness is right here. A through Z. World champion. Heavyweight belt. Thank you very much.
Kodiak, you have won 100% of the matches on Wicked Fight Night. How does it feel to
Nice.
be the reigning champion of debate on the internet?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's glorious. It's the thing I've dreamt of since I was but a wee lad.
Well, we are honored, sir, to bask in your masculine presence. And may I say, thick musk.
Well, you got to take a bath in the musk if you want to smell like a champ.
Wise words to close our stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll remind you that tonight's stream was brought to us by Big Black Food Trailer. If you want to buy a meal for striking auto workers, look in the description. Monday to Friday, you can purchase a meal for anyone who's fighting for our rights as workers. I'm sure Kodiak Paul would not appreciate that. And it is also brought to you by Jazz Daredevil Whiskey Highballs. Jazz Daredevil, the only secondhand whiskey I'm aware of. And finally, Cedar Seeds, which was a big and just a huge influence on the general way this was conceived. Thank you so much, contestants, for joining us tonight. Thank you so much, audience, for stopping by and cheering on the contenders. We'll do this again when we feel like it. This has been WYCD Fight Night. We'll see you next time.